Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this candle wax reading. We're going to be taking a look at general messages, whatever wants to come out. We have two candles to choose between as usual. Candle 1 is the pink candle and candle 2 is this lavender coloured candle. These are new. I thought they were quite lovely. I wanted like a nice light purple lilac and I have these. So pile 2, bowl 2 is lavender. All right, I am behind on comments. I will get to those when I can. I'm quite busy at the moment, so bear with me. Other than that, I am going to get straight into the readings, so I will see you at yours. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the pink candle. Let's take a look at general messages for you. Okay, you chose the pink candle. I'm hearing the only way is up, and I'm seeing ladders in my vision. So this tells me that there is a going up regards to a certain goal, a project. This can be personal, on a personal level, but you are going up, okay? You're advancing. And I also hear mastery and masters, okay? There can be an educational aspect to this, okay? You're doing something that's more advanced. And certainly when it comes to the professional sphere, there is gaining a higher title, okay? So bowl 1, I'm seeing that ultimately here your status, okay, and the level of your status is going up. And I have to say, I see 5 steps in a ladder. I'm seeing that kind that's, you know, the wooden one, right? The old-fashioned ladders, the kind of basic set of ladders, okay, we can put against the wall. Window cleaners use them. And I see 5, so there's something to do with 5, okay? 5 can be significant. This can be to do with timing, 5 weeks, 5 months, regards to this, you know, going up and obtaining a higher goal, higher status. And also I see that now the game Snakes and Ladders came to my attention. So some of you may have played that game in your younger years. For those of you who don't know, it's a game that you basically have counters and you go, there's the snakes and ladders. I don't remember the full ins and outs, but for some reason that's significant, okay? And again, the ladders. I also hear to put some ladders away. Some of you may have been painting recently, renovating, hanging something up. Put those away. Something, okay, specific message there. And going back to 5, I am drawn to 5 of Pentacles energy in the tarot deck. So again, actually touching back on this, you can be in the middle of renovating, considering that, painting. You know, 5 of Pentacles is connected to home, right? We always see the image. Generally, it's people outside of a building. They need to, you know, be inside somewhere warm. So you can expect to also have a warm home, like a home that's going to be full of warmth, like literally and, you know, metaphorically speaking, in the sense of it's going to be a place you'll be happy in. So you can expect also some move here, okay, for some of you who've chose bowl 1. And that leveling up, you know, going up this ladder, it can be across the board, right? Your career, your finances, your home, like there's a transition period here. And you're halfway, you know, being at number 5. You're on your way to 10 of Pentacles, okay? Now, looking at the bowl, we've got a lot going on. I saw a lot forming as I was just sharing the first things I had come into me. So, we got lots of different fruits, okay? We have pear, we've got apple, and we have some acorns, okay? So acorns are always associated with savings and finances. I always think of a squirrel when they're gathering their, they're gathering their food for the hibernating season. So you may also, touching back on this Five of Pentacles energy, you may feel like you're in a dry spell here, pile 1, bowl 1, but actually, you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing if it's a matter of budgeting, if it's a matter of, waiting to make a certain purchase, or, waiting until you have achieved that level up, right? Though it's close, this is not far. So for those of you in the parts of the world where you're going to be entering, the cooler, colder seasons, and also where you do have those cooler and cooling off seasons, right? Hibernation is significant. So when that season comes in, this is when I'm seeing quite a change for you. And again, you can be moving, right? And also the opportunity, this leveling up regards to career, finances, can be during snowy weather. When you look at Five of Pentacles in many decks, again, the people are outside, it's cold, they need somewhere warm. So expect that it's going to be kind of coming around that season, and for some reason I hear snowstorm, okay? So snowstorms can be significant. Again, it can be occurring around the time when these big changes are happening, all right? And also there's this sense of calming before the storm as well. But it's in the sense of a tower moment, but it's transformative, right? It's not in the kind of, oh, I don't see this coming kind of energy, not at all, right? The acorns show that you are putting things in place. You're thinking about it, and you're on the right path. You're moving accordingly, okay? So quite a strategic energy, quite, a strong sense of planning and thinking ahead, thinking of your future. Stability, I'm hearing, is key for you, bowl 1, okay? There seems to be an emphasis on your stability and not compromising that. So you will also be able to, live out that mindset. And what I mean is, like, you'll be putting those boundaries in action, in place, in order to secure and protect your stability. And it's not just about finances, career, it's also to do with your mindset, like your mental mind. Like, you've worked hard, right, to get to a certain place when it comes to where your mind is, right? I'm being drawn to the mind area, the brain, and psychology, and healing certain thought patterns, okay? There is energy here to do with horses, okay? Horses can be significant in some way, but what I'm getting, I see a person like riding a horse here. This can also be a camel, but I'll get to that in a moment. The first instance, I have horse energy coming forward, and the rider. So, okay, a couple of things. So first of all, this is telling me that you are on a winning streak. The energy of this horse and the person riding it is charging forward, and I'm being drawn to the racetracks, and the type of sport, right? And people, they bet money and things like that, like betting. I'm not saying you bet or something like that, but it is this sense of you betting on yourself, and you're galloping forward, right? It's more so that you're charging forward. It's like chariot energy. Now, the other thing is, this person on a horse is representing a person, okay, the energy of a person coming towards you, and they seem quite, how can I say, they seem quite agitated because they feel they need to act fast. It's giving Knight of Swords energy. It's like, I need to do something now, right? So you can expect some sudden communication, quite unexpected also. I do have, this is from the past, okay, so keep that in mind. I'm getting this is someone from the past, but I have to say, okay, and it is romantic, yes, to clarify, this is because you are on the cusp, many of you, to meet someone new. There's a cusp here of you meeting someone new, right? This person on the horse is trying to, they're trying to just, they feel it, the energy, this, strings are being pulled. So there's still some kind of pull there. Okay. And so touching back on the camel, you know, camels can survive in, you know, they can survive in the desert, right? They store water, if I'm correct, yes. Or am I thinking of cactuses? Well, actually, no. So, yeah, camels, they drink, right? And it can last them a longer time than usual, you know. I'll confirm, but I'm sure that's how it is. And I see that in this instance, the energy of this camel is, you know, similar to that of the tortoise and the hare fable, right? Slow and steady wins the race. The camel, you know, camels are amazing. That, you know, they can go that journey, they can go that distance, right? In those parts of the world, that's what they're used for. And also there's nomadic energy connected to that. Okay, so some of you, you may be a nomad, you may have nomad in your heritage, your culture, in some shape or form. But generally, it's also about like being an independent thinker, right? Moving according to your calling, right? Moving according to your spiritual practice, what you believe in, right? So there's a bit of a lifestyle element there, but it's much deeper than lifestyle. It's to do with like, you know, spiritual nature, and in some instances, roots, right? Your roots and your heritage, as I shared. Okay. Yeah. So we have a huge elephant here. And right in front of the elephant is a person with a big bag. Okay. So elephant is representing protection and it's quite big. And again, this is another animal that can go journey, you know, it can go its distance. It's big, it's strong. And I also have that the elephant is representing a sense of endurance, and also there's something to do with remembering. You know how elephants have great memories, they remember. There's something to do with remembering here. You may have a mind like an elephant, right? Elephants never forget, that's what we say, right? So again, like, you know, that mind area, so there can be something about your memory, right? You've been healing a part of your memory, or, you know, something to do with that. But again, it is about movement and moving forward, the person carrying the bag, taking their things, okay? Yep, so I see a dog here. It looks similar to that of a sausage dog, or, you know, it's a small one, quite sweet, being drawn to the color brown. Some of you may have a brown dog that you're going to, but also it represents friendship, okay? There's like a lovely energy here with a friendship. Okay, so I see that some of you are going to be catching up with good friends. There's going to be some good times here, okay? You have that to look forward to. Yeah, I see that you have a Nazar, an evil eye here. Okay, so there is protection at this time. Some of you may own an amulet. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Nazar or evil eye. It can be another type of protective amulet. I have its confirmation that that is actually, you know, working. It is activated. It's protecting you. And for some, it's a call to cleanse your energy. It can be both. Okay. Let's take a little look at the bowl. Okay, we've got a beautiful owl here with its wings out. Some of you, you may spot an owl. Okay, it's going to be a sign for you. And it doesn't have to just be with the, you know, a physical embodiment of an owl, like seeing one. It can be in a painting, all right? This can be in a book, on a piece of fabric, okay? But I am seeing that, and it's, this owl has got its wings out taking flight. So again, you know, this motion of movement, it's like all this movement of going forward, progression, okay? After that dry spell, after a period of, you know, 5 of Pentacles, okay? Yeah, keep going. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to see the card I pulled for you. Yeah, come on now. Focus. Look at that. Look at that. That just sums up everything. Beautiful. I'm going to get one more card. Focus. Yeah. And interesting because, you know, we had quite a lot of these references to like the dry spell, the camel, you know, desert, and that's what's on here. Some of you may live in a country that has deserts, sand dunes. You may be from a place that has deserts and sand dunes. You may not necessarily live there right now, but it's your home country. Okay, so sand dunes, deserts, sandbanks, they are significant. Okay, I love the contrast of the oranges and the blue here. It's so beautiful. And the person, the man on the card, he's wearing like a blue tunic. So tunics can be significant as well, like royal blue. So tunics, this can also be something like a cultural style, and it's a man wearing it. So you know, this is for both genders also. Right, let's get one more card. Shadow work. Wow, beautiful. Love it. Night moon. Yes. Yeah. You are releasing so much. And again, look at the desert. You know, this makes me think of, you know, certain stories, fables that involve deserts. And I'm saying it makes me think of, right? But I don't know a specific one from different cultures and backgrounds, but I'm sure they exist, right? To do with the journey through the desert. And there's something here to do with like a ritual, like a kind of process that some of you, I'm seeing you specifically do, you have done, you know. So it could be part of, you know, a belief, I want to say religion, but, you know, it doesn't have to be. It's just there's something that's quite structured about it. So let's just say, you know, a general spiritual practice here, but it's very deep. It's not just, oh, I'm manifesting for 30 days or I'm going to visualize. No, it's something quite specific and ritualistic connecting to, as I say, I'm saying religion, but, you know, as a whole, it's the mysticism part of it. It's actually the spiritual part of religion, if we can say that, right? That's what I'm getting at. So, all right, that's what I have for you. Part one, beautiful reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for another one. Bye for now. Hello, Bowl 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the lavender candle. Let's take a look at what the candle wax would like to share with you. General messages. I'm hearing start at the beginning, and I'm hearing that song from The Sound of Music. Start at the very beginning. That's how it goes. So Sound of Music can be significant, musicals in general, okay, singing. You may be a singer or you just have a beautiful voice, you enjoy singing. But there's something about vocals, right, and vocalizing. And start at the very beginning. So there's this energy of you working through something here, okay? And I do actually see like notes. There's a bunch of notes. in some instances, you know, music notes. I see someone sat by a piano. So a very, very musical energy here coming forward right away, okay? Some type of artistry, you know, artist, musician. You have a talent here, you're very talented. And even if it's not a sense of, oh, you know, you do something musical, singing and this kind of thing, it's still, it's that reflection of having talent in some way, okay? And I also hear going back to basics. So Bull 2, you're getting things sorted out. You're getting things sorted out, and where lines have been crossed, you're uncrossing them. So you can actually be doing an uncrossing at this time, right? You're thinking of doing that, you know, in whichever way that applies to, you know, how you cleanse your energy and protect yourself and things like that. But I mean, uncrossing is specific, right? It's removing what's blocking you. So outside of that, this can also be you're doing your own thing, right? You're doing your way of how you remove obstacles, blockages, how you get past them, how you navigate, right? So take it as it resonates. I know that specifically uncrossing will not be for everyone in that specific term. But ultimately here, things are being moved out of the way. But I see you being the catalyst for that. You're a part of it. Okay. So I also have where you may have felt unmotivated. That's coming back to you. Somebody also wants to come back to you as well. I'm hearing come back to me, baby. Okay. I feel it's part of a song actually, rather than just a sentence. But somebody wants to come back to you, okay? You can expect a call from that person. Yeah, I see like 2 cute birds, like 2 lovebirds here. So a couple of things about that. As I say, there's someone who wants you to come back to them, but also I'm seeing that there is a happy union here, a happy couple being in love, okay? So this could be 2 simultaneously. You may have the person coming who wants you to come back, plus there's someone new. Take it as it resonates, okay? But there's happy union here, 2 lovebirds. And you know, that reference to birds, like birds and singing, like, you know, someone is like definitely got a really nice voice. And touching back on vocals, so someone could be doing voice training. You're going to, but this doesn't have to necessarily connect to singing. This is to do with kind of self-development and you know, this kind of thing, like speaking, public speaking, advocating, you know, and you have to talk to people. So there's this sense of you also engaging with others, but for a specific purpose as well. So I do have that. You have some snails in your bowl as well. So snails, you know, they represent a couple of things. We know snails move slowly, but they get to where they need to get to, you know, and they have their house, their home, their shell, which is, you know, what they can curl up into for protection, and it's like their home, right? So I do have here that there, to a degree, there are some delays, like there's changes happening in the background for the better. So it's okay that things are taking a bit of time, because you will get there, okay? Teapots can be significant. See a teapot here. You may be a tea drinker, but this teapot is representing a guest, you know, invitation. So I'm seeing you receive invite. And you know, the energy of this invite, it's quite, there's like an elegant kind of energy coming from it, an official, that's more accurate. There's an official energy about this teapot and you being invited somewhere, okay? So you can expect an official invitation to quite, in some instances, an exclusive kind of event, exclusive restaurant, even a home here, but it's exclusive, okay? So there's a luxury element coming forward as well here. Yeah, and I see the cello. or violin, is it? I think I'm saying it right. The big violin. Cello. Yeah. So, of course, classical music can be significant. Quite specific. Energy. Yeah, and outside of that, you can be someone who works with the body, dance, movement here. Okay. You're going to start something to do with the body. So there is also an energy here of with the snail energy, like slowing down in order to heal something here. I'm being drawn to the back area. You know, I'm not going to go too much into, you know, health readings. I know it's a sensitive subject, but for some reason, you know, I will just point that out, because outside of being drawn to the back area, it's also to do with support. So there's something about you giving yourself support, getting support, right? Which can be represented with, you know, back, like, you know, having someone having your back, right? Feeling like you have your back taken care of, let's say, right? And I have to say as well, regards to the love and the romance, the person who wants you back, they want to have your back. This person may have had your back in the past. You may have also had theirs, right? But also the new person. So depending on, you know, where you are in the timeline, as I say, you know, this can be two things going on for you: a new person with the lovebird energy and the past person. But either way, I'm seeing it representing that you do have support, right? Aside from getting the physical support for something to do with the back area, okay? So this can be root chakra, you know, root chakra energy, healing, and sacral chakra. Yeah, I keep hearing songs from Sound of Music. The hills are alive. Yeah, I watched it a lot when I was younger. I love musicals. Well, you know, I always watch like the video version, you know, because it can be pricey, right? You know, it was kind of a luxury, well, yeah, to go get tickets for a musical, the big West Ends and stuff like that. Yeah, I also hear something to do with representation. So some of you here maybe when it does come to your work, right, your artistry, your talent, you're getting a new representation. So that can also be connecting to the teapot and this invite, okay? An invite to, in some instances, have a new representation, okay? It's going to be better. It's going to bring you more opportunity. It's going to give you more exposure. This exposure that you would prefer, that will actually be more aligned with you, okay? So keep the faith, okay? Because I do have, there's an energy that keeps pulling me, like, it's like a struggle energy. But you see that made a bridge there. You're gonna find a way across that bridge. Okay, some of you here in bold too, you know, you are gonna be catapulted to some degree into a completely different lifestyle and level here due to your talents. So that's why keep going, don't give up, okay? Where it may seem like things are tight right now, including financially. I know that won't be for everyone, but as I say, it's just like it's pulling on me here. Like I just feel it in my hand. It's like heavy. You know, you could literally be counting your money like by hand, like, you know, what cash you've got, like, okay, what's left. It's gonna get bigger. You're gonna have so much, your hands won't be able to hold what you'll have. Okay, you'll need that to be in your bank account. Look at the wax. Let's see what's gonna form. Okay. I'm hearing concentrate. Somebody has to perhaps concentrate often for their talent. They need to be in solitude for sometimes to practice your talent, or to you know, if it's painting, if it's drawing, there's something to do with that focus, like a focal point. When I see this forming, it looks like beads. So some of you may own some jewelry or beads of some kind. This could even be rosary beads. It's something like beads, pearls. You may be receiving that. We're gonna put that down now. Now let's see. What's that? The end. Wow. So actually, when I look at it now, the way it just formed at the bottom, it's also like someone is embracing someone. They're giving them a big hug. Do you see that? Wow. Okay, let's take a look. So you can be, you know, receiving a really warm hug from someone, okay? Someone really wants to hug you. You may just also have a very healing hug yourself, okay? And from a spiritual standpoint, it's representing, you know, protection here, being looked after from a spiritual standpoint, okay? You are not alone. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have from the bowl. I am going to see the card for you. Courage. Oh, beautiful. Blood moon. Well, well, well. There is one coming, upcoming. As I'm posting this reading, all readings are timeless. If I'm correct, it's going to be the 7th of September, but I'll confirm after. I'm sure there's one coming. Okay, well, blood moon can be significant, okay? It doesn't have to be the one that's upcoming, but blood moon is significant in some way. And here, courage, okay? So ultimately, that is the energy we've seen in the bowl, right? With the candle wax, to not give up, to keep the faith, to keep going, okay? So that's confirmation of that. I'm going to get one more card and we're going to close out the reading. I feel very relaxed, so I feel as though bowl 2, you know, you're going to put time aside to like really relax. And I did call the candle lavender color, you know, and lavender makes you sleepy, makes you relax. Like some of you may even use lavender, but it's not just that, it's like a general kind of, I feel as though, you know, I'm in a warm bath, so taking time to do that can be beneficial. Yeah, look, cut your losses, moon in detriment. Yeah, Yeah, something is over here. You're like, you know it already. That's why the courage is here. You're like, you know what? I've just got to take this chance here. But it's not a chance that's without awareness, discernment, knowledge. No, it's something that you have seen coming, and now you want to push forward. Well, that's why the courage is there. I just wanted to check something because okay, because horned animals are significant. That's the ram, and it looked as though I saw one in there, but now I don't see it, so probably the wax changed. But horned animal is significant here, the ram. So yes, Capricorn energy. So some of you may have Capricorn placements. You don't have to, but for some reason it stands out to me. And also it's to do with you know, particular deities that are connected to the ram, or gods, goddesses. Also I hear ram season, so that is somehow significant as well. Okay, right, Bowl 2, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for all your continued support. And I'll see you very soon for another one. Okay, bye for now.